Hey, good evening, folks. Welcome to the Let's Go Fishing show. And I got an excellent guest with me tonight. I got Mr. Jack Raines. Jack.
Steve, thanks for the invite.
Buddy, glad to have you. You know, folks, Jack's, he's the president of the Tennessee Sportsman's Association. And Jack and I have been talking for several months, ever since last year. And then just so happened, he called me there the other night, and I said, Jack, the best thing you can do is come down and be with me.
Thank you for inviting me.
Buddy, you're welcome. And talk about the Tennessee Sportsman's Association and that kind of thing. But, Jack, before I turn this thing over to you, I've got some fishing film I want to show.
You go right ahead.
All right. I want to say hello to my dad and to Bill and Polly Nichols. And, Polly, I hope you're feeling better and doing good. And if you're not, then give us a call, and we'll come up and see if we can do anything to help you. So Polly's down in her back.
Yeah, I was about to see her, Bill.
Was you good? That's
Took
good.
a piece of upside-down cake to him. I'd made, being a bachelor, I can cook.
I heard that. Well, I hope she's doing good. But listen, folks, Jack's got some good information he's wanting to pass along to everybody on the Tennessee Sportsman's Association. And I got some fishing film, and I want to apologize. We just cannot seem to get the volume on that fishing that we want. And the only way we do that is for me to wear that camera. So from here on out, I'll have the helmet on and wearing the camera and kind of narrating what's going on. I sent the camera with Mike and Brad Sunday. Jack, they were going crappie fishing, and you know, they put the boat in, and they were going to go start, and some way or another they didn't turn the camera off, so it laid there on the deck of the boat for, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes, I guess, and I could hear them talking, but I never seen nothing but the side of the boat. So when they brought me the film back, I said, oh, yeah, I said, we didn't get much, but we got some film. I got to playing it back. And yeah, they had some film, all right.
Side of the boat.
Side of the boat, yeah. I said, you boys forgot to cut the camera off. I had to delete it off. So, but I did hear about the minnow bucket episode, and Mike went in and bought some minnows down there at the gas station and on their way down to Blue Springs, and got back out there and the minnow bucket, or when he went to get it, he had some minnows in the bucket. When he went to get it out of the boat to go get 3 or 4 more dozen, why it busted. And there they was out there on the blacktop picking up minnows. Had to go buy a cooler, you know. So that was a blooper. We didn't get it on film, but I wished I'd have been with him. I'd have filmed every bit of it. So you never know. But I know we're competing against the Lady Vols, folks, but I hope you're watching the show, and maybe it's halftime and you can at least catch part of us anyway, Jack.
Okay.
All right, Herschel, how about showing us that film there? Start out with the practice there on Friday.
We're ready to go. Yeah, they pull in the water. Yeah. Folks, it's Friday morning. Rick Whitson and I are down here at Ladd Landing. They've got a Heartland tournament tomorrow. We're going to see if we can catch some fish and may get in the tournament there. We'll see what happens out here today, see if we can find some fish. All right, Rick, what you got on there, bud? He's got one hook.
Oh, yeah.
Barely hooked.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Atta boy, Rick. Good deal.
I hope you got him.
Big as I thought it was.
I believe he'll keep.
Huh?
I believe he'll keep.
Yep, you will too, Rick.
Good.
He's a keeper.
Yep.
All right. Hang it.
Oh, I didn't get a picture of him. Okay, we're recording.
I got to give you now the big engine back there, Rick. Golly bum. Oh, he's gone deep. I never will get him back up. I hope he don't hang my bait up. Oh, shoot. Dadgummit.
He's got a big one here, big rockfish.
Man, oh man. Hold on now. Hold on. Well, he just now figured out he was hooked. Oh, come on, baby. All I want's my bait back and get your face on camera here. Dude, gosh. I don't know, Rick. He's pulling us up. He's headed to Harriman. He's headed to Harriman, Rick. I don't know what we're going to do with him. Yeah, we get up here where we can see the volume. Get the volume good. Easy now. Come on, fish. Just come up here and let me get my bait. That's all I want. Got it. I don't know.
He's got another one here.
I don't know. What in the devil is that? Uh-oh.
Another rockfish.
I don't know what it is. That ain't what we're looking for, I can tell you that. Rick, I don't know what it is. You get it out and run the boat here. Oh, shoot. Golly, bum.
Have you been slimed?
No.
What is it? I couldn't tell
It
you.
looked like another, it's either a muskie or another rockfish, Rick. Whoa, baby. Let's see what it is if I can get him back up here. Oh, shoot. That's a muskie. Oh, Lordy. That's a muskie. Folks. Right here in this. Oh, yeah. Man, Rick, I hope you're getting that footage.
I am. I need to get a...
Shoot. Come here now. Damn it. Can't get him. See how he's watered up in the net.
I wonder if that'll get him up in here.
Hold on. Let me get this all, these all wrapped up in the dip net. And I can't get him in there. If I could get turned around here. Now then we got him. Oh! Oh, shit.
He had it. There he goes.
God dang it. Well, that's good. Heck far. Out of all that, I had him and let him get gone. Fish, Rick.
You gonna need a bigger net.
Yeah, we'll need a bigger net. Shit. Hey.
The scale on there. Must have snagged.
Yeah. Got us on camera, Rick.
Yeah, we're ready.
Got us ready. Oh, that's what it is. Red locket showed up. Yeah, red locket showed up. Alright. Give me underneath those, Rick. Don't scare me.
It's not,
You got the shutter closed, have you? You have to turn that, tilt that a little bit to get a clear picture. Sometimes.
it's all blurry. I don't know why.
There's the boat. There's the water. Here we go. All right, folks. There it is, Jack. Folks, we got a little TV in the studio here, and we kind of get to watch and without any volume on it. But you know that I had a big rockfish before I hooked the muskie. Just a few casts later, I hooked that muskie. But I had a big rockfish, I couldn't pick it up, but hold it up with two hands, and my buddy got a picture of it on his camera, but we didn't get it on film. We're going to got to do a little better job, Jack, on on filming. But we had a good practice day down there Friday before we fished the Heartland, but that muskie was a plus. But I told y'all last week that I had some pictures. Guy sent me some. I saw some pictures, and then he sent them to me there Friday or Thursday, and of some boys that caught two big muskie. Bigger than that one that I had on, and a big rockfish there, and they were muskie fishing there in the Emory. So there's plenty of muskie in there, seems like, Jack. And if you
plenty on Milton Hill too. If you like
on
fishing,
Milton
they
Hill
got two
too.
guides out of Minnesota down here living in Oak Ridge Garden.
Is that right?
On Milton Hill.
Yeah.
I've run into them out there. Yep.
Okay. Well, these muskie fishermen are more tight-lipped than these bass fishermen are. I can tell you, they don't want to give up none of their secrets. But anyway, that was a treat for me to hook that muskie. And I had that thing in the dip net 3 times. And every time I'd go to come up with him out of the water, he'd flop out. And finally, the 3rd time, he hung that hook in the side of the net, and I couldn't get nothing in there but his head. And I thought, well, man, I've had it now. So he gave a flop and came loose from the hook, and he was gone, and I was glad to have it. I'd like to have him in the boat and got a good picture of him, but I know he's there, and that's the main thing right there. But caught some bass on a jerkbait. This right here is jerkbait time. I like to fish a jerkbait because it's kind of like a top water plug, Jack.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And you just kind of got to keep it slow when the water's as cold as it is right now. We're running in 38, 41 degrees there in the river, and then down at the steam plant there Friday it was 48, 49 degrees. So
goodness.
Yeah, about an 8-degree difference there in the water temperature. But anyway, we had a good time, good trip, and we're going to go. Herschel, you ready to show that Heartland weigh in? All right, let's do that. We'll get this out of the way, and then, Jack, we'll come back to you.
Thanks, sir.
All right. Hey, folks, I'm down here at the Heartland at Ladd Landing, and I've got Jeffrey Wright and Doug Presley, I think's his name, but your name Doug Presley?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good deal. We got Doug Presley and Jeffrey Wright here, and they got a bag full of fish. Hold them up there, guy. Oh, yeah. Some nice fish. How much weight did you have?
16.8.
16.8. All right. That sounds good, but was good bait.
16.18.
How much? 16.18. Okay. That's a little better than 16.8. So we'll give them that other tenth of an ounce there. And all right, tell us about your day, guys. Just use this as a good opportunity. I know you're throwing a floating fly because I seen you, but you didn't catch all them fish on that, did you?
No, I did throw a drop shot for a while.
Did you throw a drop shot? Okay.
I had to let him get it out of his system.
All right. Well, we don't want to know what you caught them on. That would be letting out too much of a secret. But listen, we had some bad weather, this morning, and your turnout wasn't the best in the world, but still, yet you had some fishermen show up, even though it was blowing snow and colder than whiz,
and they bit. I don't know why these people slept in.
Yeah. They did. They bit pretty good, folks, and considering the weather, I was still getting ice in my reel out there 10 minutes ago.
15 minutes?
Yeah.
Digging it out.
Yes, sir. So that wind has been cold all day, and we fought the ice in our reels and rods all day. But congratulations, you two guys. Good bag of fish. Considering it's the 15th of February,
Yeah.
I'll take that any day. All right. See y'all Thursday night. Remember the sponsors.
Here.
Step up where we can hear you. Hey, folks, I got my partner here, Rick Whitson. Rick, tell us about the day.
It was cold.
It was cold. It
It was
definitely
blowing snow, and the wind died down, and the sun came out, got more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still cold. We had ice in our reels right up to about 10 minutes after the tournament was over with.
Right. All right. Rick, how much weight do you have?
We had close to 13. I can't remember what it was. 12. I forget, it's close to 13.
15 pounds, okay.
We missed the big fish by just a couple ounces.
Okay, all right. Sounds good, Rick. Just wish we'd caught a few more fish. It was kind of tough, you know.
It was tough.
Sure did. We only had, what, 3 non-keepers
Yeah.
all day, so wasn't the best day in the world, but it wasn't the worst. We've had worse.
Yes, well, it was fun.
Okay. All right, Rick, appreciate it. See you Thursday night.
All right.
Okay, folks, remember our sponsors now. All right, folks, we're back. You got to see that weigh in. Weather, Jack, I'll tell you what, that weather there last Saturday was something. You know, sun shining and ice freezing, you know, wind blowing and real stay froze up. And I mean, all day long. It was that way all day. And it sure makes it hard to get a smooth wind on your bait. You know, you get it just about where you want it and or twitching that jerk bait and you go to hit your reel another turn and it's locked up. You know, we got ice in it and everything. So, but them boys that won that, Jeff and Doug there, they had a nice bag of fish and me and Rick, well, I was tickled with what we had. We didn't miss many fish. We caught 3 non-keepers and 5 keepers, and that's all the bites we had, and I was tickled to death to get it. So, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll get on with the program. And Jack, I'm just going to say, go ahead and tell us whatever you want to tell us about the club.
Okay, I'm president of Tennessee Sportsmen. I'm going to tell you who all the officers are. And what our goals are for this year, we're meeting April the 13th up at Ronnie Norton's church, Island Ford. And I'm the president, Wayne Bratcher, vice president, Lowell Marlowe, secretary and treasurer, and Ronnie Norton's chaplain. We have 5 guys out of the club that's on the task force, and they meet with the TWRA on the stocking of each of the lakes of this general area. Mm-hmm. It's Jerry Brown, Lowell Marlowe from Lake City, Dwayne Hickson Clinton, Chief Melton, Cliff Melton, the Chief Clinton, and Wayne Bratcher. Now, they meet with Bobby Wilson, the Chief of Fishery, but what we're trying to do is get this thing going again. So we're going to change the dues, and I give you an application.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Dues is going to be $5 a year now, and we want to promote Tennessee sportsmen. The last meeting we had was 31913 in Clinton Community Center, and they elected me to take Randy Thomas's place, and I didn't want to do it because my wife had been sick, and then I've been seeing my lady friend, and I've been trying to get her out in the boat, but it's been too cold. So I told her the other day, and we're planning on doing something here in April, and I said, if you and I do, I said, I want a prenuptial agreement drawn up between you and I where I can fish 3 days a week and at least once on Saturday before I can fish with Steve Cox because he has to still work with TVA. Anyway, you got to have a little fun.
I understand.
But now they told me that you'd come up at point 19 and interviewed one of the clubs up there.
I did.
At the weigh-in. And they now they've been catching some small. I called 3 people today while I was sitting there and knew I was coming. Paul Price and his buddy, Jerry Hatmaker, they went. They caught three crappie. Mm-hmm. Ronnie Norton and another guy went, and they didn't do a bit of good on Milton Hill. And then my son calls me when he gets in from work. He's a battalion chief at Y-12. And he said his buddy went, and he went in the very back of a creek. Now, he told me not to tell the creek. And he said he caught a limited crappie 15, 2 to 3 feet deep. Mm. Now, I brought my crappie. I'm a crappie specialist.
Right.
And this is all I carry. Everybody laughs at me. Now, if you can see it, this is Willie Word's fly. He ties that. And I use this little styrofoam float on a long pole. And I use my special nail clippers that I carry around my neck. It's got the hole puncher because all these people pour these lead-headed jigs.
Yeah.
Has eyes. You've done it, and you get out there, and you can punch that lead right out of that eye and run your line in it. Mm-hmm. Well, they want to throw those floats about big as $50, and you can't do that. Now, if you're crappie fishing right now, and they'll start, the white bass will start in the clinch. Now, I've taken people down on Milton Hill and watch them fish in this life. Now, Mike Richards used to do this program, and I've been on it a couple times with him. Mm-hmm. Then appreciate you asking me to come back and help Tennessee sports.
Right.
Because we got a club, we had one time 325, we had 5 different counties. We got Union County, Campbell County, Anderson County, and Knox County, and Summerone County. But basically, it was developed around Norris Lake because they was swamping us with stripers.
Right.
Now they've turned around TWRA, and I don't care to tell them, I'll take them on. But they went down there and put everything in Milton Hill, put all the stripers in. Now they're going to Watauga, Cherokee, and they have loaded those lakes up with stripers. Well, Bill Reeves is one that did the Crappie Lake in Alabama. They put stripers in it. We went down there. My first sergeant, you ever tried to teach a first sergeant to fish? John Sweeney was my first sergeant of guards. Son, don't ever take on that duty. but what I'm saying is they have got us now cornered with all these slot limits. And folks out there listen to Steve and I, go get you a book and put it in your boat. If you don't have one, you better get you one, because you got creel clerks out there now. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. So you got to know what the length is and how many you can have, because they'll get up in your boat and count your fish, weigh them, and measure them. Now today, and if I don't know where we can show this or not, but my step grandkids went and they were out of school on snow day.
Right.
If I hope they can see this. This is Eli. He's a fresh from West School. He caught this catfish on chicken liver, and his brother, he catches 2 catfish. They were 10 pounds each, and he catches this one here was about 30-something inches.
Yep.
But they turn them all back loose. But they boil that chicken liver where it makes it tough, and it can't knock it off. But I got both of those kids rods and reels for Christmas. I got from Willie Word. Willie remodels and buys them and fixes them up.
Right.
But I can tell you, folks, get parents out and join this little club. Go out and fish with your kids. You'll never have any problems. They won't be drug heads. They'll be out there like Charlie Lane's son. Now, Charlie, you know
Yeah,
Charlie,
I know
C&D.
Charlie. Yeah, C&D
His son grew
grandkid.
up as a fisherman. But most of these kids, and I got a grandson the same way. He's in the Navy, but he and I would fish the river. After school, he'd come, Pepper, can we go today? But he's home on leave, and he's got busy with a girlfriend, so he's not going to fish. But now that's all I want to say. But you can call me at my home phone is 457-6665. Just leave me a message. And if my cell phone is 679-6134. We'd love you to have at this meeting. Laurel Marlowe's the treasurer. I'm the next man. Has to take 2 people to sign, but we got a little money. So to keep this club alive, if we don't have enough members there to elect officers this time, we're looking at dissolving the club, and we sure don't want to do that, because we need to keep bucking TWRA. If we don't have somebody out there helping us and keeping after them, they will not be stocking. I know we've got a hatchery in my back door, Eagle Bend, and they need to be stocking walleye, crappie, smallmouth, largemouth. And if they want to stock stripers, fine, but be fair with all of us. Put 5 of them in, 5 crop, 5. Don't just go out there and load a lake up like you did Milton Hill with all them muskies. You can't find a tree now that don't have a muskie in it because there's no crappie there, because they've eat every crappie that's in there. Now, they say, well, you're not a fishery biologist. I don't care what they say about me, because they're not going to like me, because I'm out there fishing like you about 3 days a week. And my buddies, they can all tell you, Cliff Melton, they've all quit. They've all gone to Watts Bar, and they go down there and troll. Goose Bratcher, I took him down to TWRA meeting in Nashville, and he's a bird hunter.
Right.
He knew more about the biologists, and we went back to a meeting, and they said, why didn't you bring Mr. Bratcher? So we want to talk to him more. Well, folks, let me tell you, this is what this club is designed for. Not me to be selfish and this be the leadership. We need people out there tell us what to do. Now, first of all, I want to thank TVA, TWRA. They've helped us with a ramp in Cove Creek up there, and they're building it as we speak today. They're putting us a float dock in up there to where the old concrete ramp was.
Right.
TVA is doing that for us. We really appreciate it. Then Melvin Boshears up in Campbell County got with the mayor up there, Tim Baird, and they put one up there at the industrial park. See, none of these boat docks will let you put in now.
Right.
And if you put in, it's $10 to $15 launching fee, and you got to drag your boat plumb over out of the way, and you can't even You can't even, and you have to walk a mile to get back to your truck, boat.
Right. Yeah.
And I appreciate you asking me to come and explain all of this, but we're gonna get started up and get cranked up again in March, and I'll tell you how we do, and if you want me to come, and I'll feed you reports, because I used to call in.
Right.
But then I lost my wife to cancer, but I still fish. I got a 17.5-foot Challenger with a 150. Got a depth fender up front. I can find them Christmas trees, Steve.
I hear you. Well, listen, speaking of the Christmas trees, what is the program on the Christmas trees?
Okay, glad you asked. They let the people that recycle them, they don't mulch them up into mulch. They send them to Turtle Park down here, you see there.
Yeah.
They bring them out to the fish hatchery, or you call Stump at the hatchery. He's an excellent guy. He runs the fish hatchery, him and Ernie Poore and Bobby Stooksbury. So you call them, and you tell us where they are, and we'll go pick them up. And I got to tell you one funny one, and I'm not going to mention no names, but we went over to Kmart, Walmart there on Clinton Highway to pick up all their Christmas trees. We done called TWRA that done set it up. So we took a flatbed trailers, Joel Carden, Dubstar, and me and some others that retired. And we go over there and go in and talk to the lady, and she said, "Oh, we can't give you those trees. We ain't got them on sale yet." Now, that's in February. I didn't want to say that, but I thought that was about the funny. I told that at TWRA meeting, and that lady, this was dead serious. She said, "Oh, we can't give you them. So they're not marked down yet." So they had them Christmas trees there, and then took out the pack.
Yeah, I hear you.
Thank you for asking me, and I really enjoyed it. But I'm a fisherman just like you. I fish 3 days a week when I can with Ronnie Norton, Paul Price, old Mentor Crawford, Greg Crawford. He's on the school board. Mike Harmony. We fed all of the honors class at Clinton High School. We caught enough crappie, and we went down there and cooked them at the vocational ag school.
Right.
And fed 65 students at the honors class, which I thought was wonderful. Now, Clinton has a bass club. I helped them start that. They got a little bass club. But,
yeah, right.
But you're doing a great show. I watch you, but I have quit calling in. Now, I know there's a couple of my old buddies do. Ed Sharp and Dave Fulton, they fish them smallmouth. You know, they both of them.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's about all I got, Steve, and I appreciate you asking me to come down
Jack,
tonight.
I'm glad you came. I'm going to ask you to stick around in case the people's got some questions.
Oh,
here
yeah,
in a few minutes when we turn.
I'm just
You ain't
trying to-
leaving me.
No, I ain't.
I don't want you to leave. Yeah, I'd have to get Mike in here if you left me.
Well, I was going to. I had my orange shirt out, and I was going to wear my orange shirt. I'm a big UT fan. You might remember the three that I had. I won't plug it too much, but I had Alan Duncan was a kicker when Reggie White did.
Yeah.
I had Jeff Jocelyn. He was a quarterback at Farragut. He played. Then he transferred to Carson Newman. Then my brother coaches at Chamblee. Brian Raines, he was a punter, and he punted when Becksforth. So I graduated from UT, and my wife, that just passed away, she was a school teacher at Bricky School. And the lady I'm seeing now is, I'm not going to say any more about that.
Right.
But I want her to be able to fish.
Yeah.
And I want her out there in that boat with me.
Right.
And her name is Joyce Neal. I don't care for anybody knowing, but she loves the outdoors, and she got her kids and grandkids. And they fish,
Well,
and they don't no problem. They play ball, they play football. Wow. One of our grandsons played in the playoffs. They got beat 28-27, West High School.
Son of a gun.
But now, get these kids into these fishing programs and listen to this gentleman right here and Mike. They won't steer you wrong.
Buddy, Jack, I appreciate that. I sure do. And you know, our dad, you know, he worked us and when we were kids, and always had some kind of odd job going on, and this, that, and the other, so Dad dug graves for the funeral home, and when me and Mike were in high school, we'd have to leave school and go to the cemetery, you know, and that kind of thing. So we knew all about the work end of it, but we are appreciative to him. That he had time to get us involved in fishing, and I guess whenever we got involved, we just never quit. We just kept on, so there's nothing wrong with it, and I enjoy it, and I love doing the show just for that purpose, to get more people involved in fishing. and try to help fishermen catch more fish. Well, that's what you're out there for. It's nice to enjoy the scenery and the peace and calm and the noise at times, but we all want to catch fish.
But now, too, I want to plug one of you got one of my sponsors, Williams, out there, Claxton Sport, got an excellent store.
Jim,
Him and his boy,
yeah,
Jim, he went
yeah.
to school with my son.
Yes, sir.
Fine gentleman, and that's where I buy all my bait and my tackle.
Right.
But then you got another lady up there in Andersonville. She got a little sports store, Miss Hatmaker.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy shiners or minnows, but the docks don't sell them anymore. They don't cater to the fishermen.
No, they don't.
They want these big
Yeah.
boats and big people that's got the condos and the houseboats. They could care less about fishing.
Right. Well, that's kind of the situation, but they don't. It's amazing of how much gasoline tax, motel tax, bait tax, and
You're
stuff.
right.
Nobody never comes up with that whenever they need, except to kick the fishermen. But we got a lot of water in here, and and even the people that don't fish that uses the water, the pleasure boaters and jet skiers and stuff. Those people buy gasoline, pay the tax on the gas, and that kind of thing. So again, we got a lot of resources, and we need to share them with everybody. But we don't get a fair shake around these places. You have to pay an outrageous price to put your boat in, and basically they don't have parking for mine your trailer. They don't want us there.
Right.
And so we're relying on TVA and TWRA to get these boat ramps in and that kind of thing. And
it's slow. They're a slow process.
They don't move too fast.
Right.
They sure don't. We're going to take a little break. I'll get a little drink of water. We'll come back and make some announcements and get the phones on. And Herschel, show us that Tim's Tire, not the quick start, but the Tim's Tire commercial. Hey folks, I'm here at Tim's Tire, and I showed you there some of the piles of tires he's got down here. You truckers, he's got all kinds of tires for your on-the-road, off-road vehicles, your trucks, that kind of thing. I mean, just like I said, he's got tires for everything. Come by here and see Tim. I know you're not going to beat his price. He won't let you beat his price. And so come by down here at Harriman to see Tim's Tire, and let him earn your business. And if nothing else, can't drive down here, call him, get the price on it. They'd be more than glad to give you that. And they do the mounting and balancing up here in the tire shop, and brakes and struts and things of that nature, on your vehicle if need be while you're there. So come on down and see Tim down here to Tim's Tire, going into Harriman on your left there. And also too, don't forget about these helmets. There's quite a few empty spaces out there, but there's still quite a few helmets. He's got them marked down half price. A variety of every kind of thing on the helmet. He's got some that's just the shell, some that's got without the visor, some with the flip up, flip down visors on them. So just come down here and visit with Tim on the tires and look these helmets over. And hope to see you tonight on the night show. All right, folks, we're glad to be back. We've got Jack going to stick by here for a little bit in case we get a phone call or two. Let me get started out with some of these announcements. Now, I'm running slow on getting this free fishing trip started, but I hope by next Thursday I'll have a box similar to this at each one of the sponsors. And there'll be some, thanks to C&D Printing, you know, Charlie Lane up there at Clinton, he's making me up some restoration tickets so that you all can sign up to, you know, drop them in the box, fill out one, drop it in the box, and we're gonna, I hadn't decided yet how long we're gonna run this thing, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, but you know, be looking for that. And when you go into the sponsor's business, whether it be Mountain Pizza, Tim's Tire, Reynolds Racing, Citizens Bank, you know, I'm going to have 5 at the banks, so we've got 5 locations, so I got to put a box at each place. And Bunch Marine, Edgemore Outdoors, all those places are, you know, going to have a box, and they're going to have the slips there, and you fill one out, drop it in the box. And, you know, we run this thing 3 or 4 or 5 weeks here, whatever we think best. I haven't decided yet, and we'll get them all in here on the show and draw them out and shake them up, draw one of them out, and that person will just kind of dictate to me when they want to go and what they want to do. So that's kind of the thing, and you know, there's no limitations or anything like that. We just, if you want a crappie fish, bass fish, brim fish, hey, I'm at your disposal. So if you need a boat or if you want to fish from the bank, I'm all for that. I'll have the camera, and we'll do whatever the winner wants to do, Jack. That's about as good as I can offer.
That's as good as you can do.
That's as good as we can do. So I hope we get a lot of response from this, and you know, like I say, I'll have some boxes sitting around and some restoration tickets, and you fill one out, drop it in there, and get you a chance. And you know, I'm hoping that we'll have a big response, and this will be good. And if it turns out good, we may do one this fall, do another giveaway this fall. And when the weather, you know, right now the frogs are croaking, and I came out of the house last night, and I couldn't believe it. You know, here it was, last weekend we had 4, 5, 6 inches of snow, and
78 degrees today.
78 degrees today, and the dang frogs are already. Mike and I, when those frogs start hollering, folks, we're ready to start flipping, ain't we, Mike? Huh? Yeah. Find a little dingy water and get your flipping stick out and get it against the bank and catch them. So, but I don't know about right now. That water's still pretty cold, but you know.
58 degrees, I believe, what Ronnie said it was on Milton Hill.
58 degrees.
58 degrees, sir.
Oh,
well, that's just about what the temperature is coming out from under the dam, trout fishing up there.
Right.
Because you about freeze if you don't have good waders and don't have insulation on.
Yeah. But seriously, be watching for that, and I hope to have all this in place by next Thursday. If I can keep my wife on the get-go of getting things fixed up for me, I'll try to have those in place by next Thursday and let everybody know, and you can start signing up and get ready for the try to win the free fishing trip. So while we're talking about that, Mike Richards, you rascal, you know what I'm talking about. But I do appreciate that donation, but we'll settle up on that at a different date on that thing. But you know, I don't know, folks. We haven't, you know, as far as any limitations on this free fishing trip, I don't have any. You know, it's whatever the winner wants to do. So that's about as good as I can do on that. A couple of other announcements. Photo of the month. You know, haven't received one. I've got those two. I've got some pictures of those 2 muskies those guys caught down in Big Emery a couple of weeks ago. But I honestly don't know who they are. I've got to call and find out, and I'm going to try to get. I got those pictures secondhand, so I'm hoping they'll send me one firsthand. That's the way I want to put them in the photo of the month drawing. So, and Jack's got some photos right here. I guess I may have to accept them too and put them in the pot and see who's going to win. Jack, and that kind of thing. So
He's a cock, so he
well, now he's
Donna's
got, yeah,
son, and that's Donna's son. These boys.
okay.
And I'll put one of these, but they fish at the Holston.
Yeah.
And they caught these, and I gave them some rods at Christmas, and they text me on my cell phone. I can show you. Eli, he plays at West High School.
Yeah.
And that one weighed 30-something pounds. But they turn all of them back.
Yeah.
But they caught them on that. But now I'll give you. I'll
Okay.
put these in.
You
but
better
I'll bring them back.
you're
to
going
you.
to submit them in as the photo of the month.
Yeah.
All right, that sounds like a plan.
But I need to go back. These are the only three I got because I sent the others with the Bill Reeves.
Okay.
Bobby Wilson, along with that fishing thing, because I'm gonna get them that trophy thing.
All right. Well,
But I'll
see.
make you one to get this to you for Thursday.
That'd be good.
And I'll write you up a little about each one of these.
Okay.
Now, he was a heck of a baseball player for Hiawassee, and he plays baseball for West. But
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
I'd love to put these in.
All right.
Because
that
them
sounds like a
kids
plan.
fish.
That's a good deal. I'll give you my email address, and you can send them to my email, and I can print them off our house. Ever how you want to do it. That sounds like a plan. I got an album started. I've got all the pictures I've had so far. And,
Well, why don't you do it? I'll come back and get them to you. Get them
Okay.
to you Thursday.
That'd be
honestly.
fine, yeah.
But I'll need to write their names on them.
oh yeah,
I'll
put,
take care of
put
that
some
before I
info
leave.
on the back for the pictures for me, and we'll do it that way. That sounds like a plan. And I'll get them put in the album, and we'll be in business, and I'll get your pictures back. The next thing I wanted to talk about, Jim Williams, Edgemore Outdoors, talked to Jim Tuesday, and he's got a special buy on some Rapala plugs over there at his shop right now. He bought some, the specialty plugs. So, if you're interested in something like that, it just pay you to go by and see Jim over at Edgemore Outdoors, folks, because he's got everything in the world. And Mike and I were talking. Jim's stocking up on these the spinners for the spinner baits and for the A-rigs, all that harness and stuff to make these things and repair them or replace what you might lose on them. I was over there week before last. He's got a whole rack full of that stuff there. I mean, willow leaves, Colorado blades, of everything, and I probably told you about it last week, but go by and see Jim. He did tell me about the Rapala plugs. I don't know which kind he's got. He just said they were the better series of those plugs, so you go by and see him on that. I think he told me there's $5.99 a piece, and those plugs normally run about $9 to $10, some of them $12. So, if you're interested in some of that stuff, you might want to go by there and check them out. Reynolds Racing and Marine, Glenn's still working up the dates on the crappie tournament. He's got, trying to get that set up down there at Kingston City Park. I talked to him Tuesday also, and he's working up getting all the information together, and hopefully I can have that. He's going to try to have that all worked out by next week so we can get the date set on it and that kind of thing. Glenn's wanting to have a crappie tournament cookout type situation right there at Kingston City Park and there in the middle of town. And so we're all for that, and he's going to have some of his express crappie boats down there at the weigh-in, this, that, and the other. But there's a lot of details to work out, and he's pushing that real hard right now. Wanting to get this thing set up, and hopefully I'll have you more information on that next week. Mountain Pizza, they got their karaoke night on Saturday night. Don't forget that. Go by and check that out. And they also got their pizzas, the large one-topping pizzas, $4.99, and then a loaded pizza is $12.99, and at all times down there. And they got some good food down there at that place, so don't forget them. Also, I had a Herschel. If you got the phones on, All right, thank you. We'll get the phones on here, Jack, and maybe some of your friends might call us. I hope they do.
Here, I've got both of these kids' names on the back there.
Good deal.
That's Eli Cox, 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a freshman. And then Casey.
Okay.
And he's a senior at Hiwassee.
Hiwassee College. All
He
right.
played Hiwassee baseball.
Good deal. I'll put them in the drawing with the. As of right now, that's the only two I got.
We're good.
They could be the winners.
That tickle them boys to death.
That tickle them to death, and so get them a T-shirt and that kind of thing. So
Like Mike's working.
yeah, like Mike's wearing there. Yeah,
I want to have one of them fish with
well,
bowling on
there
it.
you go. I wasn't going to say nothing, but I was going to surprise you. But yeah.
Thank you, sir.
All righty. Well, if them grandkids has got one, you'll have to have one too.
Oh yeah, Papa needs one.
That's a fact. But we've got a couple of announcements here. Remember last week I mentioned this Clinch River charter, our Clinch River chapter of Trouts Unlimited. Those guys up there, I talked to Buzz Buffington and the president of their club, and got some good information. They got some good things going out of that bunch, and he was telling me about the fly tying that they do and that kind of thing, and the February the 20th, which is tonight, they're having a class, and then the 27th. And I said, Buzz, every night you're on on the show night. So I said, there's no way I can get there. But anyway, that's a good organization, and the big thing was this July the 12th, their Clinch River cleanup, and they've been doing that for years.
Oh yeah, it's a good project. Yeah.
Good project right there on that for sure, and that kind of thing. So want to remember that. All right. Well, like we said last week, folks, this tournament season it's upon us. This coming Saturday, there's a Heartland at Caney Creek. You've got the Volunteer Bass Trail, the Phoenix sponsored tournament trail with James Knuckles. He's got his first tournament here at Watts Bar and down at Tom Fuller Park. So I hope you folks remember James was on the show with me week before last talking about his tournament trail. So that's two right there on Watts Bar, and then I know there's a one at Point 19 Saturday on the 22nd. You can, if you want to fish up there on Norris. And Milton Hill, I think their next tournament over there at Milton Hill is, it's not till March the 22nd. So, if you guys at Milton Hill, you already know all that, I'm sure. But for those of you that don't know, the next tournament over there is March the 22nd at Milton Hill there at Carbide Park. So, but you do have Point 19 and two on Watts Bar, one at Tom Fuller Park, and then one there at Caney Creek. So you can fish any of those that you might want to. And I know there's some other Heartland tournaments going on. And I'll tell you what, I've made a mistake on this Heartland tournament that's going to be on Chickamauga. I kept telling you that the money or your application had to be in by the 20th, or this past Saturday. That was wrong. It's March the 15th. You have to have your entry form in by March the 15th because the tournament is on the 22nd. And I was thinking it was this month, but it is in March. So you got to have your entry fee in postmarked by the 15th of March. Or you have to pay that late fee if you intend on fishing the tournament there on Chickamauga. So they're expecting a big crowd down there. They're really they had their classic down there last year, and I showed some of that film down there. And man, they just done an excellent job of controlling the traffic, and those people there in Dayton done a real good job on supporting that tournament. So. That's why they're wanting these entry fees in, Doug is, so that he can figure out how many he's going to be there and how much help he's going to need, which makes a lot of sense. But got a lot of things going on that end, and so, that thing's kicking off good. So But there's a lot of tournaments, a lot of fishing tournaments going on, and then, naturally we got this big, the tournament here by Bunch Marine and the Tennessee Valley Team Championship Series. We talked about that. That starts in April. April the 19th, the first tournament, Loudon Tellico, and then June the 21st to be the second one on Watts Bar, and then the wild card is in July the 26th at Watts Bar. So
that's for you young guys. These older fellas like me have to quit tournament fishing.
Yeah, that right there is a dandy, Jack. It sure is.
Oh yeah, that is that.
Yeah.
I know Bunch Marine down there. He's a good guy.
Yeah,
runs a Triton boat. Yeah.
Yes, Curtis is a good one. Then don't forget about the catfish guys now, Jack. It's right here, Marty Carpenter over there at East Tennessee Catfish Anglers. Their first tournament is March the 1st at Ish Creek over on Fort Loudon.
What y'all do is fax that to me, and I'll tell these boys.
Right.
I may get them over.
I'll do that.
Here, I'll give you one of my cards.
I'll do that.
Fax that to me,
That's
and I'll get it to them.
If they're interested in this catfishing, buddy, these guys right here are as serious as they come. I mean, they're out there. Their trail is March through November, and so that's.
You just call my home number, and I got a fax machine.
Okay, I'll fax her to you.
Fax that to me.
Okay, so I can handle that. That ain't
and
no
I can
problem.
give that to Casey and Eli.
Yeah, they might want to
if,
get in on that.
I might
now.
sponsor them if they're that good. You can see what they catch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I just need the rules and regulations. What kind of fish you bait, all that.
These guys here, they what was it, Mike? 1 over 36 and 2 under 36, wasn't it? But this old guy, old Marty's a heck of a guy. I met a lot of those guys down there at that weigh-in, and they're serious. I mean, and they allow, I think it's was it 10 poles at the time? Was it 14. 14. Yeah, they got 14 reeling rods out at one time. Man, there's a limit on it. I guess you'd have more than that if they wasn't a limit.
I know it's fishing Caney Creek.
Yeah,
Caney Creek launch
ramp. Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know where that is.
They
Watts Bar Dam. Yeah.
Well, I think you got 3 on out of Caney Creek.
Yeah.
I'll let you look that over.
Okay, let me try it.
But I'll fax that to you and. Get them boys hooked up on that, because that bunch there, buddy, they mean business. And like I said, they used the wheelbar to get the fish to the weigh-in. So that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. That is good.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, caught one over 100 pounds. I'll do it. That's no problem. I guarantee. Got some calls? All right, let's do it. Oh, I'm sorry. I've not got a light. We don't have a light, Herschel. Okay, our phone's unplugged. I guess we've been moving it around there. Go ahead, Mike, and plug us in. We got some calls coming in. We better get them. We'll run out of time here. All right. Just a second, folks. We'll get the phone plugged back up here, and yeah, there we go. Lord, we got all kinds of lights going on here. All right. Ready now, Herschel? Hello, caller.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah.
Hey, Steve. Hey, Jack. How y'all doing?
Hey, Jim, how are you doing?
Doing good, doing good. Hey, we had those big nests down there for them muskie and stripers.
Jim, dadgummit, I've been told that a dozen times. You know, a bass fisherman don't expect to catch one of them every trip.
I understand that. Hey, your replacement rod's in.
Perfect.
I was going to take it out of the tube, but Jeannie said, no, not until he gets outside the store.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to let you or Jeannie take that thing outside and set it there by the door, and I'll pick it up. How's that? Oh, Lordy. I went in over there and bought a new rod from Jim and started out the door with it and had the camera in one hand, the rod in the other hand, crack. There it was, brand new rod. Never made it to the truck, man. You talking about sick.
Broke right at the door.
Yeah, and his wife just dying laughing at me, because now I was about I was almost crying, man. I said, man, alive. Anyway, Jim, I appreciate that. You got anything else on sale for us?
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. From now till Saturday, if anybody comes in and mentions, let's go fish, I give them 10% off store-wide.
All right. Heck, Jim, that's great, man. Folks, you heard that. 10% off store-wide. Mention the Let's Go Fishing show. Edgemore Outdoors.
Yeah, you got to mention Let's Go Fishing.
All right.
Hey, yeah, me and the boys headed down toward Chickamauga Sunday. We're going to see if we can do any good down there. Are you filming Sunday?
Am I filming Sunday?
Yeah. For Chickamauga?
I hadn't planned on going down there, but are you saying I need to go with you and do some filming?
Well, I don't know, but it's up to you. Hey, give me a call, and we'll talk about it.
All right, sounds good, Jim. I'll do it. I might just follow you down there.
All right, see you, buddy.
See you, buddy. Thank you, Jim.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Hey, Jim's a dandy.
Yeah.
Hello, caller.
Hello, Steve Cox and Jack Raines.
Hey, Mike. How you doing?
Doing so, pal. Got a good show tonight. Glad to see Jack Raines on there with you. I haven't got to see his face in a long time.
Yeah.
Talk to him before
One thing
that.
about Tennessee sportsmen, and I've always felt this while I was doing the show, and I talked about it quite a bit. You know, if they're going to crank that thing up again, it would sure be nice to see a regiment of Rome County people to get involved with the Tennessee sportsmen. And I know most of those guys live around Clinton and in that area, and it'd be nice to see. And I don't know how it could be done, but to see Rome County get involved with the Tennessee sportsmen, and that give a bigger voice, you know, with TVA and TWRA. And Jack, maybe that's something for you to think about.
Well, what it is, they could, we just meet once a quarter now, Mike, and that's, we did away with the monthly meeting, and our dues is only $5. But if they want to bring something up, we try to attend all the TWRA meetings.
Yes.
See, that back then, when you were doing this program, it's Dubster, Goob Bratcher, I, and Jack Hall. He died. See, there's 3 out of that bunch has passed away.
I see.
So we'd go to all the TWRA meetings, and whatever people wanted us to present, we'd present, and then we were doing the Christmas trees was our biggest project, and we were putting them out in Norris, Milton Hill, and Watts Bar, or Tellico, or Milton, you know, this, but that was our main project, and we were stocking. The big thing, we did that task force, and we'd meet with that bunch, you know, so, yeah, they just need to, numbers is what we're after. We like to have like 325 members active in that thing.
That's what I'm talking about, Jack. You know, the $5 membership, of course, is just absolutely nothing, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, that's just to get us, we got money in the treasury, but what I'm saying, if we can't get it off the ground and get it to meeting and get some attendance up, we're going to have to just do away with it, because 5, 6, 7, 8, or 10, or 15 people can't handle that thing.
Well, that's why I'd like to see Rome County guys get involved with it too, so it'll make it more of a force.
Well, maybe they can get with Steve here, since Steve and Mike here, they can help us. And what we're trying to do is for the total fishermen. We're not against anything.
Absolutely.
We want them to stock equal for everybody.
That's what I liked about the Tennessee sportsmen.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're trying to do. Tennessee sportsmen is for the sportsmen, is exactly what it says.
Yeah.
And
hey, one other thing, guys, before I hang up, I hung on there for about 10 minutes.
Well, we can't.
Is there any truth about it took 49.5 pounds to win a tournament on Chickamauga last Saturday?
That's what I heard. I do know it took. They had a 3-fish tournament down there that they were over. Had the guy that won it had 26, almost 26 pounds. So I think that's right. Or let's see. So he had over an 8-pound average with 3 fish, and then Reggie Brown broke his one-day record. I was told Monday down there this past weekend with 40-some pound, I think, and 5 fish. So yeah. That's
Florida strain bass and grass, guys. That's something would be sure nice up here in Watts Bar.
Well, listen, we got 30 seconds. I want to thank you for your help on the free fishing trip. And you and I will settle up on that later, but folks, Mike gave a
no problem at all. As a matter of fact, I heard you mention you may do it in the fall too. I'd be glad to contribute to that also.
All right, Mike.
Because I think it's a good thing, and
good.
Draw fishermen want to learn some things, and that's nothing but a good thing. I'll be glad to be involved on.